Nobody could say Elnora Ratliff's life wasn't full and getting fuller by the day. To protect her from the brunt of scandal, Orion kept Nora home for that first half of a year. But under no circumstance was Nora's education neglected. She was taught piano by Auntie Addie, and did she know Addie was practically half famous? She was given lessons on etiquette and manners from Aunt Celeste, who was self-taught. Celeste corrected her grammar, her posture, her manners, all by sharing tea and having chats. She thought her new cousin Auntie wouldn't like her, not after the theft and everything. But once, just once, Celeste admitted that, "My children are a bit sheltered, and I think you'll be good for them. I really do. You're a good girl, Nora." On weekends, she even had friends over to Brownie Stone, where they played games and got to be children. Sometimes it was just Nora and Mildred. Mildred was wonderful. She was such a girl, and they talked for hours about girl things. Nora had never got to do that before. Hopes and dreams and fears were all analyzed in that room of hers. And Orion, well, she couldn't have asked for a better father. Really, she couldn't have. He let her count, which was something both new and empowering. It's sorta bland, don't you think? It needs color, a woman's touch. You're right. Just a word from Nora, and Orion would change the world, or at least try. In the end, Elnora's favorite pastime was anything scene-related. She was thrilled every time Ratliff agreed to take her. There were all sorts of interesting things always and endlessly happening at an established magazine like Scene. There were beautiful pictures of past editions, and each showed her something new with every study of them. The people were also interesting, like Mr. Wilkes, who designed layouts and made drawings for advertisements and things. He let her draw alongside him, occasionally stopping to praise or pull apart her work. Nora always knew she'd done well when Wilkes put her drawing up. She got told the most interesting and scandalous of stories from Ms. Simmons, who wrote the society section, and learned every score and statistic from the sports writer, Mr. Hurd. One sure couldn't find anybody as interesting as magazine people, unless one was talking about copy. Copy was what Ratliff called his interviews with famous people. They could be famous for anything, writing a book, or inventing something, or saving someone's life, or surviving something harrowing, or even doing something dastardly. If it wasn't something awful, Orion always let his special interviewer in for a final few questions. And Nora, she loved this. Loved meeting all sorts of whacks and weirdos. When there weren't whacks and weirdos, Nora entertained herself by playing games with Uncle Henry, or by chatting sans tea with Aunt Celeste, who, Nora was realizing, was maybe the prettiest lady she ever saw, besides her mama. And at the end of each month, before publication, when there weren't wackos, weirdos, or time to play games, Nora studied from the workbooks Orion bought for her. He realized that as well as stubborn and charming, Nora was smart. Too smart. Smarter than he'd ever been. "Ratliff, do you know Ms. Woods is in love with you?" "Doris. Doris isn't in love with me." "Yes, she is." Girls know these things. Do you love her back? "I don't have any interest in her, sweet girl." "That's a shame." "She'd be a mean mother, but a very beautiful one." Whatever hint Elnora tried to lay out for him, Orion didn't pick it up. Instead, he thought about Sarah Dotson and how she should be his wife now, if he'd known. And Sarah got him thinking of those other women. How many other lives had Orion marked with the burden of a child out of wedlock? How many Elnoras did he have in the world? How many women's names could he even remember? He wrote anyway. He had to grow up somehow, some way. And if it meant ruining his name, his business, well, that was the price of a scattered youth. Orion only hoped Elnora wouldn't feel the brunt. And if she did, well, he hoped he could instill the strength to survive the right way.